Scout Survival Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. Let's first talk about. I always talk about this. That you should never um, wait for a savior. You have to be your own hero. Every time I turn around, people like jump on someone as the savior because they come out and do something. And one of those people's is Kid Rock. During the Bud Light snafu where they had Dylan Mulvaney promote the product. Kid Rock went and shot up a bunch of Bud Light, and everybody was like, "Yeah, Kid Rock." But now we have Kid Rock drinking Bud Light. This was posted 2 days ago on TMZ. He's out there enjoying Bud Light. Yeah, and there's the beer can carnage video. Yeah. So anyway, every time I turn around, I've got actually a better picture of it as well here. A fan, I guess, shot from below of him drinking this Bud Light. But every time I turn around, people are like looking for some kind of savior, man. You got to be, time and time again, you have to be your own hero, especially now, every time, like the one guy, the musician that comes out, Oliver Anthony, his music's great, but he's saying things that a lot of us have been saying for a long time, right? You can't expect one man to save the world. It has to be a lot of us working together. You can't expect this guy or that guy to be the savior. We all have to do it together. So anyway, and support the people who do speak out, like Oliver Anthony and anyone else. Support people who do fight the fight. But especially again now after what was released this weekend, Alex Jones came out. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is, but and I'll put a link actually on my Instagram. I don't want to put it even here. You can follow my Instagram. You follow me on Instagram at Black Scout Survival. I'm going to put a link to the video on my Instagram on the story. So go follow me on Instagram. After this video, I'll put it up. But basically, he had some meetings with a few inside guys, government guys, high-level guys from various government agencies, and the first one being the TSA. And there was a few alarming things that was told to him, and I guess he'd gotten documents as well. And information was actually passed to him last Tuesday from a TSA guy, and saying that basically starting in mid-September, mid-October, travel, you'll have to start wearing the diapers again. Okay, the mouth diapers. You'll have to start wearing those again because of the new variety that's out there. And the WHO will be declaring it and expect apparently full, complete protocols to go back in December. So the first guy, again, I said he spoke with was TSA. He then called a few more of his people the following day after that, Wednesday, Thursday. I think he got in contact with a Border Patrol guy on Thursday, and he outlines all this in the video. And that guy said when Alex Jones talked to him on Thursday, he said, yes, on Wednesday, we were told the exact same thing. Our Canada and EU apparently have these new things going on as well, with these new restrictions possibly be putting it into place because of EG5. And, if this is true, if this does happen, this will be the nail in the coffin for a lot of small businesses. A lot of them were taken out before, and this will definitely be a nail in the coffin for the rest. We saw a big money play with the big guys like Amazon, Walmart, and online retailers, these big corporations that pretty much shut out small business. And you have to understand, and I didn't know this until a few years ago, is that small business is the biggest competition to these large corporations, because a lot of people are loyal to their hometown small business. So the other thing is that we have record high inflation, right? And a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people can't buy houses. A lot of people that do buy houses are getting in a very bad situation with high interest rates. And the thing is I'm bringing up housing and mortgages, and that is because that truly controls. That's how the government controls your spending. Okay, it trickles down to vehicles, down to cost of taxes on good. The whole parameter is in control. And you guys that are business savvy, you can jump in if you'd like and expand on that. But it will really probably put a lot of people into bankruptcy. People are already struggling. A lot of people right now are hurting financially. And so if this happens again, especially if they can't work, or especially if they're working for a small business and that business is going to put a lot of Americans into bankruptcy. You know, they have a reformulation of the thingy that's coming out in September as well. So there's a lot of things going on in this realm. Okay, so what really got my gears turning on this, and why even my friend John, the guy I had on the owner of Gadsden Cigars, the guy I had on a few weeks ago, actually sent me all this information yesterday. And I told him that I'd seen this other article from a tribe member of mine that sent it to me. And this really had me thinking, like, wow, there's really something going on here. Because now on the Communist News Network, this bill would give Biden new powers to prepare for the next pandemic. So this was June 22nd. Did you know about this? I didn't. So this gives him new powers, right? For the next one. There's a next one. I mean, when was the last one? I mean, the last one before the last one. Why is this all of a sudden a thing, right? So this is a bipartisan. So you had your rhinos actually voting on this as well. Bipartisan, that gives him new targeted authority to enter into trade agreements, reduce tariffs, non-tariffs, barriers for quote unquote medical goods and with trusted trade partners. So you can go in depth and read this bill, but the biggest question to me is, why would we have another? It doesn't make sense. It isn't like this is a common thing. Why would he need special powers during this term? I mean, we do have election coming up. So the other thing that got me going, I mentioned this other day, Klaus Schwab's daughter. Klaus Schwab actually tweeted, climate lockdowns are necessary. No more debate are coming. No debates necessary. He's like an evil villain in like a superhero movie, isn't he? His daughter says, yeah, permanent lockdown's coming, whether you like it or not. Look at her evil. She looks like a gremlin. But yeah, so that, and then we have, let me pull it up. This, Joe Biden's getting pressured on this. Lockdowns for climate change. And they say, this is conspiracy theory. It's not, right? And in this article, it goes on to say, and it references here, like why people say this is a conspiracy theory. This was what was reported about any federal plans to ban gas stoves, right? They said there was no government bills in place to ban gas stoves. Fact checkers reassured us, and you've seen CNN and all these other guys say, no, it's a right-wing conspiracy theory banning gas stoves. But it turned out it was really true. It wasn't a conspiracy theory. It actually happened, right? And so we have these guys, Klaus Schwab's, they're trying to pressure him. And then we have the other thing, like it's these connecting of the dots. I saw this article from Business Insider. Middle-class Americans are moving straight into fire and drought because they can't afford to live in the cities that are safer from climate change. They're making it seem like living out in rural areas is unsafe. They said like it's unsafe. Where there's fresh freaking air, there's trees. And to go live in I love how Tucker Carlson puts it as far as the cities now. They really are depressing. If you go look at, I've traveled, let me remove this for a second. I've traveled all over the world, and I've seen a lot of just beautiful architecture, ancient architecture. And even the modern day stuff in a lot of countries around Europe and stuff is just beautiful. You come to America and it's just freaking depressing, right? It puts you in the slave mindset. And so they're saying that it's safer to be in cities where all the smog is, factories, lots of vehicles, congestion. Do you think it's what is my folks up there in New York? What is your air quality there? Let me know in the comments. But this is another thing. They want to make these 15-minute cities. Google that if you hadn't. Go down that rabbit hole, right? But they say the cities are safer. It's a complete, absolute lie. Not to mention getting freaking carjacked or robbed, you know. But the other thing is we spoke about digital currency quite a bit as well. Biden's wanting to move into that as well. It's control measures. All these things are control measures, believe it or not. That is where we're headed. Complete control. And so I actually had been going down the rabbit hole into Australia. I talked about that last week. Australia is basically limiting your cash withdrawals, removing banknotes at certain denominations out of their currency exchange. So their plan is 3 years to be completely digital. And one of the biggest reasons they say, well, we can, obviously tax correctly. So out of nowhere, Nigeria, they've been planning for this since 2021, but out of nowhere, Nigeria, they halted cash withdrawals and pushing the new digital currency. So basically, your cash was useless. So now they push digital currency. Now, mind you, in Nigeria is mostly cash transactions. We're talking about small markets, vendors, guys selling fruit or something or fish you caught for cash. So they're limiting how much cash you can withdraw to $40 a week. It costs on the average $44 a day for that an average Nigerian to live, a family to live. And so people are starving there. Kids are starving like that because of digital currency. So just the reason why I'm saying that, wrap all these things up and just take a look at what it could be. Hawaii, thank you, David. I was meant to mention that. Hawaii was supposed to be the first 15-minute city. It's true. You can Google that as well. Go whatever you want to do, whatever search engine. But it's absolutely, they were supposed to make that a 15-minute city as well. It's supposed to be one of the first ones. And a 15-minute city is supposed to help with climate change because you're staying confined to a certain space. And that's what they want. They don't want you free. It's about control, guys. It's about control. But the biggest reason I'm telling you about this, I'm telling you about Australia, I'm talking about the EU, I'm talking about Canada, Nigeria, is because it's not just here. And I've been saying that. The Navy SEAL Joel Lambert I had on the show a few months ago, back in 2020, when he and I were talking, because I was really wrapped up in what was going on in the United States. And he said, dude, you have to look globally because the same things are happening everywhere. That's how you know it's truly evil, because the same things are happening around the globe, the same control measures, the same agendas being pushed. And it's true. It's happening everywhere. Yeah, it's happening here in America, and we're experiencing day to day, but it's only because we see it and we're confined to this space. But it's happening everywhere. And folks across the world, please chime in and let us know as well. Right? So there's so many things going on around the globe. People are experiencing this everywhere. Go look at South Africa, what's happening there. I mean, and just going back to Hawaii, it's a rabbit hole. Okay. It's so deep. I haven't done a video on it because I just don't even feel like I can do it justice. If you get what I'm saying, like I can't do it justice because there's so much going on there. I saw tonight that even people's homes that were not destroyed are being evicted by the governor. So it's just such a deep rabbit hole that I don't feel like there's so much information. The video would last 3 hours. But just know there's bad things happening there, at least in my opinion, what I see. And we're worried about feeding the war machine more than taking care of our own people. But I would just say, guys, always, like we always say, you can't look for a savior other than Jesus Christ, but you have to be your own hero. Okay. And prepare for these things, prepare your families, prepare financially. You don't know how bad it's going to get. Obviously, if you're want to be confined again, I mean, I'm personally not going to play those games anymore. But if if you do, you may need food stocked up. You may need meds. That's a big thing that we talked about the other day with the China meds that they had the control of it, and that was a big problem within that article I was talking about, because apparently we could not get a lot of medications here. And so these are certain things you just need to look at, um, and build a community. We have the tribe. I definitely recommend joining. If you don't have your own or have people in your area that are like-minded, we have it broke down into all states. And all my tribe members, if you would comment and just say join the tribe and tell people why you like the tribe, and leave a comment, not just in the live chat, so people can see it. If all my tribe members tonight would do that, I would appreciate it. Tex Marine, thanks. Bruce, welcome to the tribe. Substance, yeah, man, thank you. The train, thank you. David, welcome to the tribe. And Knit Diver, thank you. He says that Tuscan, Cleveland, Ohio have come out and moving to 15-minute cities. CBC will enslave the world and eventually be the mark of the beast. Yeah, man, that's what I think too. Because I mean, we do know that the mark of the beast is an economic system, a way to control. It will not allow people to work, make money, and buy things. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Please leave a comment, and tribe members, go leave a comment on the video and let everybody know. Join the tribe. See all my tribe members commenting here. Great people, very intelligent people, motivated people, a lot of people with a lot of knowledge in the tribe. And we need people in every state. I think we have people in every state, but we need obviously strong people that want to get together, because we have get-togethers. And we have one in Texas coming up here soon, FTX. So if you come to the tribe, obviously you have the ability to meet people, set up training, all those sort of things. Anyhow, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I wanted to share this information. Go to my Instagram right there. You see it. It's in reverse. I'm like an idiot, but Black Scouts are at Black Scout Survival is easy. Instagram. I'll put the link below to my Instagram. Go over there. I'm going to post up the video where he discusses this. And it'll be in the story part, and you just will click on the live link there. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you have a great week. And stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous, because nobody's coming to save you. Take care.